Right, welcome back to another On-Base Baseball video. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of On-Base Baseball. And in this game we're going to play actually game 1. In a previous video I played game 2. But this game was played on May 23rd, excuse me, 1967. It is a 3-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. I got a really good pitching matchup on this one. Mickey Lolich going for the Tigers. 14 and 13, but a 3.04 ERA, 265 FIP. So didn't get maybe as much run support as he needed in 1967. And then Dennis Bennett, lefty for the Red Sox, who went just 4 and 3, but had a 3.88 ERA. And we'll see how this one goes out. So he got helped quite a bit from his defense. So 4.84 was his FIP. We'll see how things go in the actual game. Let's move through the starting lineups real quickly. For the Red Sox is Reggie Smith leading off, Andrews at second, Yaz in left, George Scott is at first, Demeter is in right field. I actually need to make a replacement there. Let me do that now. Forgot to add that in. We're going to put Tartable. Just because I didn't have that card printed out for Demeter. And then Petrocelli is the shortstop. Foy is hitting 7th. He's a third baseman. Ryan is the catcher, who had a great game in game number 2. And then Bennett will be pitching and hitting 9th. For the Tigers, it's going to be Don Wirt leading off at third. McAuliffe is the second baseman. He's hitting 2nd. Al Kaline, the Hall of Famer, in right. Willie Horton in left, Northrup in center, Bill Freehan, the catcher, Norm Cash is at first, Euler, is the shortstop, and pitching is Mickey Lolich. Lolich, a lefty, can go 26 batters, 265 FIP. For Dennis Bennett, lefty, 23 batters is his stamina, and 485 is his FIP. So I expect to go to the Boston bullpen maybe pretty early, and we'll see how that works out in this one. Alright, so first inning, it's going to be the Red Sox sending Smith, Andrews, and Yastrzemski to the plate against Mickey Lolich. 36 is going to be a fly out that goes to center field, right center field. Putting it away is Northrup, and that's going to be out number 1. Brings up Mike Andrews, the second baseman. 263 average in 1967. 34, that comes off of Lolich's card. That's going to be a strikeout, and that'll be a strikeout swinging as Andrews goes down for out number 2. The way on-base baseball works is you look on the pitcher card first. If there is some sort of outcome there, then you take that outcome as the outcome of the at-bat. If there's a blank, then you move over to the batter card. Yastrzemski to the plate. 35 is going to be a hit by pitch or a walk, and that'll be a walk to Yaz, as he is at first now with 1 out. George Scott, 25 batting runs, 303 average, and 19 home runs in 1967. 45 is going to be a single with an asterisk, so that means it's a single with an extra base. So if Scott was a 6 speed or better, it would turn into a double, but it's not. And with 2 outs, Yaz is going to go to third anyway. 2 outs, runners get an extra base. And Tartable was the hero of the last game, game 2. And let's see if he can come through in this game. A 35 is going to be a double play or strikeout. No double play situation here with 2 outs. So we'll take the K, and Tartable strikes out 2 in the inning. So Mickey Lolich does a good job of getting out of that jam in the first inning. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first. It's Wirt, McAuliffe, and Al Kaline to the plate. 56, you can see here, is a hit by pitch or a walk chance, and that's going to be a walk right off the bat to Wirt. Wirt, not really good speed at all, just 2.7, so no threat to go there. Take McAuliffe to the plate. McAuliffe, 21 batting runs. He had a 239 average with 22 home runs in 1967. 25 is going to be a fly ball out to left field going toward the line. We're going to check the error on Yastrzemski. There's no error as he runs it down right along the line. That's out number 1. Runner's going to stay at first base. So 1 down now with Al Kaline coming to the plate. Kaline 308 average, 25 bombs, 78 RBIs. 46 is going to be a fly ball. That's out to right center field. No problem out there in right for Tartable as he races over and makes the catch. 2 down now, and Willie Horton to the plate. 274 average, 19 homers, 67 RBIs in 122 games for Willie Horton. 15 is going to be a grounder, and that's going to be a hot shot to third base as he pulls it down the line. Nice play at third by Foy, who's going to go all the way across the diamond, and he makes the long throw for out number 3. So we head to the top of the second inning. Still no score. It'll be Rico Petrocelli, and then Foy, and then Ryan for the Red Sox. They're facing off against Mickey Lolich. 33, you can see here, a single, and that's going to be a base hit over the second baseman's head. And Petrocelli is on with a base knock. 259 average in 1967. Joe Foy stands in. He's the third baseman. He had a 251 average, 16 homers and 49 RBIs, so pretty good pop all up and down this lineup. 55 is going to be a line out or a foul out. If the D9 is a 6 or greater, it is a 6. It's an 8, actually. So it's going to be a foul out to the catcher. So we'll say foul out 2. And frustrated with himself, Foy pops that one up. Hits it off the end of the bat on the outside part of the plate. Pops it right up to the catcher. Freehan makes the play for out number 1. 1 down and a runner at first base. Mike Ryan, the catcher, is standing in for Boston. He's going to ground out to the first baseman. First baseman's going to go to second for 1. I like to try to get that fielder's choice when I can. So get that lead runner, and that's going to be a 3-6 fielder's choice. And Mike Ryan will be standing at first base with the pitcher, Bennett, coming to the plate. Now, I know this says Jim Lomborg. I didn't have Bennett's card. I only printed out some of the players. So I'm going to use Lomborg's card for the pitcher. So Bennett at the plate. A 35 is going to be a strikeout, and he is caught looking. And that'll be the third out of the inning as Lolich racks up another K. That's 3 Ks in 2 innings. And we head to the bottom of the second inning. For the Tigers, it'll be Northrop, Freehan, and Cash. 14 is going to be a walk, as another leadoff walk for the Tigers. And let's see if they can cash in on that walk. Bill Freehan had a good day. He was 2 for 4 in the previous game between these two. 282 average, 20 homers, and 74 RBIs in 1967. A 23 narrowly misses that home run, but a 23 is going to be a ground out with an error check, so it's a ground out to the shortstop. We'll check Petrocelli, and there is no error on the play, so he's going to take the out at second base. So they're only going to get 1, and so we'll go 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Bill Freehan is at first base, and Norm Cash is going to be up with 1 out. Cash at 242 average. He's also going to ground out with an error check, this time to the second baseman. So let's check the error on the second baseman, Andrews. You can see him up here. 6 is no error on the play, and going to have the same thing. Gets it to second base for the force out, but is not able to turn 2. And so 4-6 on the force out. Norm Cash, not much speed, so he's not going to be running. Ray Euler to the plate. 26. 26 for Euler is going to be another ground out, so this one goes to the second baseman. This time I'll go a little more traditionally to the first base bag, and that's going to be out number 3 as the Tigers go down in the bottom of the second inning. 2 innings done, we have no score, and we are headed to the top of the third. It'll be the top of the order for the Red Sox, second time around. Reggie Smith, Andrews, and Yaz. 44 is going to be a strikeout as Reggie Smith waves through a curveball, and he goes down on strikes. Mike Andrews now, second baseman standing in. He's a strikeout victim. 1 of 4 already on the day. This time he's going to hit a little single that gets past the third baseman down the third base line. Andrews takes a big turn at first, and he's going to go back. It'll be 1 out with 1 on, and Carl Yastrzemski to the plate. He has no official at-bats as he walked in his first trip up to the plate. This time he's going to hit a little single straight to left field. That's a line drive, and right at the left fielder. Horton plays it on 1 hop and gets it back in to the shortstop. A little threat brewing right now. We got a big man at the plate. 303, 19 homers for George Scott. He's 25 batting runs, which puts him in column 2, which is sort of your all-star level players, and had a great year for the 67 Red Sox. 2 on and 1 out. Scott hit into a double play in the last game that ended an inning. Let's see if he does the same here. It's going to be a fly out that goes out to right center field. And that is going to be an error on the center fielder, Northrup, who gets there, but he can't squeeze it. And so we're going to go E8. And that's going to allow all the runners to move up 1 base. And just like that, a costly error out in center field as Northrup can't squeeze it. And it goes right off the tip of his glove. And that's going to bring Tartable to the plate. Tartable 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We're going to go and play the infield back on this one. Play for the double play. It's not late in the game. 36 is going to be a fly out. That goes to left field, down the left field line. Horton races to the line, and he's going to make the catch about halfway out. And that is going to be out number 2. Andrews could try to advance. His speed is only a 3, though. It's really not worth taking the bat out of Petrocelli's hands. Petrocelli with a chance to do some damage with 2 outs. Everybody would score on a double, and 2 runs are going to score on a single. Petrocelli, 259 average, but he did have 17 home runs, 66 RBIs in 1967. A 26, that's hit on the ground right back to the pitcher. Nice play by Lolich as he takes the ball and flips it to first, and he gets out of the big jam in the third. So Boston loads the bases with 1 out and can't get a run home. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's Boston and Detroit tied at 0. Dennis Bennett pitching well. He'll face off against the pitcher Lolich. Actually, I'm going to use Denny McClain because I didn't have Lolich as well. And then back to the top of the order. 33 is going to be a ground out, and that goes to the first baseman. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that's going to be a put out for George Scott. 1 down in the inning. Don Wirt to the plate. Wirt walked in his first at bat. 26 will be a ground out that goes to the shortstop. So Petrocelli over to Scott, and that's going to be out number 2. Brings up Dick McAuliffe. 21 batting runs. Nice player, Dick McAuliffe. Let's see if he can get off the schneid a little bit in this one. He had a fly ball in his first at bat. A 36 is going to be another fly ball. This one goes out to straightaway left field as he punches it the other way. Standing there and waiting is Yastrzemski, just a couple of steps back, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the top of the 4th inning, still tied at 0 in this game between the Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers from 1967. Top of the 4th, Joe Foy is going to lead off, then it'll be Ryan and the pitcher Bennett. 13 is going to be a grounder, and that's going to go right to the third baseman. The third baseman is Wirt. Wirt picks it, throws it, and over to first base. Cash squeezes it for the out. Mike Ryan up. He is a catcher. Minus 13 batting runs. Just a 200 batting average. 15 is going to be a ground out, and that goes to the third baseman again. And that will be Wirt again making the play. A little bit of a low throw, but picked out at first by Cash. And that's going to get the slow catcher. All right, Bennett to the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strikeout looking last time. This time he's going to ground out to second base. He gets Wood on it. But a harmless little ground ball, 3-hopper to second base. And the second baseman, McAuliffe, flips it over to first. And no problem for the third out. 3 up, 3 down go the Red Sox in the top of the fourth inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It is 0-0. Got a nice pitching matchup here. I thought it would turn out this way, but you never know. And Al Kaline, the right fielder, is going to stand in. Then it'll be Willie Horton and Jim Northrup. 55 will be a line out, and that's a line drive right back to the pitcher. Good reflexes from Lolich or Dennis Bennett, and he is going to be out for out number 1. A little frustrated because he hit it well, squared it up, but Dennis Bennett got his glove up just in time to catch that one. Willie Horton to the plate. Horton is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in his first at bat. This time he's going to hit a little single. Actually a single with a plus sign, which is a single with an error check. So it's a base hit up the middle. Let's check the error. It's on Reggie Smith, and the check he passes. So a little bit of a difficult play out there, but he makes it and gets it back into the infield. Willie Horton now 1 for 2 with that base hit. Jim Northrup stands in. 271 average, 10 homers, 61 RBIs in 1967. 16 is going to be a fly ball, but it has the greater than sign. So that's what you would say. It's got the greater than sign, and the greater than sign means that the runners can move up. So this is a deep fly ball to the left field corner. The play is going to be made by Yaz. That's out number 2. Playing it well is going to be the first base, or Willie Horton at first base. So he's going to advance to second on the out. 2 outs in the inning, but Horton is now in scoring position for Bill Freehand. Base hit will put Detroit on top. A 15, he just misses that single at the 14, and instead he hits a little ground out right in front of the plate, a little chopper. Pouncing on it is the catcher, and Ryan makes the play to first. Down goes the Tigers in the bottom of the fourth inning. Got a nice pitching matchup here as we head to the top of the fifth. No score. Third time through the order for the Boston Red Sox. Dennis Bennett can go 23 batters. He's gone 18. Lolich can go 26. He's gone 18. Bennett still looking okay as well. So both starters staying in the game. 35 to Reggie Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. 35 is going to make him 0 for 3 as he has a little tapper down the first base line. Catcher calmly jumps out. Freehand with the throw to first, and Reggie Smith is out. Smith with decent speed. Not a blazer, but 6 on his speed. Brings up Mike Andrews. Andrews 1 for 2. He had a single and was stranded at third in his last at-bat. 55 is going to be a line out, and he hits a liner to center field, and that's going to be out number 2. Good wood on that pitch, squared it up, but hit it right at the center fielder, and Northrup makes a nice play coming in on that one. Carl Yastrzemski to the plate. Can we see all those? Okay. Yastrzemski to the plate. He is 1 for 1, single and a walk. 36 is going to be another base hit. This is to right field, and that's a single with an asterisk. His speed is not good. It's okay. It's a little below average. So he's going to stay at first base with nobody on base. That asterisk doesn't really mean much for him. And that brings George Scott to the plate. Scott 1 for 2. He's been on base twice. Got on via an error last time. This is going to be a fly ball down the left field line. Running to the line is Willie Horton, and on the run he'll make the catch, and that's going to be out number 3. Nice play by Willie Horton out in left field. to end the inning for the Tigers, or the Sox, however you're looking at it. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It is still scoreless, and it'll be Norm Cash, Euler, and then the pitcher Lolich coming to the plates. 12 is going to be a ground out. That goes to the shortstop. No problem for Petrocelli as he takes that on a couple of hops and gets it over to first. Ray Euler to the plate. Euler is 0 for 1. Chance here though, 34 is going to be a single plus, so that's a base hit past the shortstop into left center field. And we'll see if there's an error on the left fielder. Yastrzemski almost was, but he fields it cleanly, gets it back in. And Euler will be standing at first with 1 out. Let's go ahead and bunt with the pitcher. On a bunt, 1 or 2 is going to be an unsuccessful bunt. Everything else is successful. And it is a 9, so that's going to be a good sacrifice bunt. That'll be out number 2, but we do get the run. Get the runner into scoring position. A base hit is going to give Detroit the lead. Playing a little small ball with the score tied here. Don Wirt is 0 for 1. A 34 though, that's going to be a base hit with an error check. So that's a base hit right up the middle. That'll score the run from second, even without the error. And let's see if there's an error on the play. There is not, as it's fielded cleanly by Reggie Smith. But that's going to be an RBI single for Don Wirt as he puts Detroit on top 1-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Dick McAuliffe to the plate. There's a fly ball that goes out to straightaway left field. Yaz almost in his tracks, grabs that one for out number 3, but the damage has been done as Detroit puts the first run of the ball game on the board in the 5th inning. We head to the top of the 6th. 1-0 is our score. Mickey Lolich can go 26. That means he's about right there, and so he'll face off against Jose Tartabull. 24 to Tartabull is going to be a strikeout for Lolich. Lolich has it working today. Only 14 and 13, but like I said, 265 FIP, so was even better than his defense allowed. Maybe better than a little bit of bad luck along the way. 25 to Petrocelli will be a fly out. That's to center field. Let's check to see if there's an error on the center fielder Northrup. There is not, as Northrup hustles over and makes the play in center field for out number 2. We head to Foy. This is Joe Foy, the third baseman. 251 average, 16 home runs in 1967. This time though, he is going to strike out, as he struck out 87 times, and this is one of those, as he strikes out looking against Mickey Lolich. So 2 Ks in the inning for Lolich, another 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers against the Sox, and we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 1-0 Boston. Detroit's going to send up Al Kaline, Willie Horton, and Jim Northrup. Al Kaline 0 for 2. 46 is going to be a fly ball that goes to center field, right center field. And Reggie Smith ranges over and makes the catch for out number 1. Kaline now 0 for 3 in the game. Brings up Willie Horton. 274 average, 19 homers in 1967. 25 will be a fly ball to center field, dead center field. No error on the play, as Reggie Smith goes back on this one, and he makes a nice running catch. Short of the warning track, and that'll bring up Jim Northrup, the center fielder. Northrup 0 for 1 with a walk. 56 is going to be a hit by pitch. You can see it's a 1, and on a 1, that's a hit by pitch as he gets plunked by Dennis Bennett. Bennett, most likely in his last inning here. See if he can get out of this one. A 45 is going to be a base hit with an asterisk, so his speed is just a 1.8, so that's going to be a base hit to right center field. The runner from first will wind up at third base. And we have 2 down with runners at the corners. Norm Cash coming to the plate. 242 average, 22 home runs in 1967. 24 is, going to be a strikeout as he gets Norm Cash looking on a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Cash doesn't like it. Detroit doesn't like it. Boston is exhaling as they get out of a mess in the 6th inning. And we head to the top of the 7th, still 1-0 Detroit. It'll be Mike Ryan, the pitcher spot, and Reggie Smith. I think we're going to pinch hit for Dennis Bennett. So we'll have to find somebody for him. But let's pitch to Ryan first. Ryan is 1 for 2, or 0 for 2, I'm sorry. 22, though, is going to make him 1 for 2. Let's see what he's got. A 6 is going to be a double. So Ryan laces one into the gap, and he is standing at second base. We're going to get a pinch hitter. Let me go to the bench here. Right, the pinch hitter is going to be Jerry Adair, infielder for the Red Sox. 291 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs in 316 at-bats for the Red Sox. He's got a runner at second base with nobody out. And he's facing off against Mickey Lolich. A 56 is going to be a strikeout as Lolich racks up another K, this time looking. Not a great at-bat for Jerry Adair. 1 out now. And the double play is not in order. We got Reggie Smith coming to the plate. Let's go ahead and pitch to him. He's 0 for 3. And a 14. That's obviously not a bad play, as we have a walk issued to the center fielder. That sets up the double play. Runners at first and second. Big hit could put Boston on top. Mike Andrews, 1 for 3 in this one. A 44 is going to be a base hit, a long single, and that is the big hit that Boston needed. As he hits that one up the middle, they were shading him to right center field, so coming over is Northrup. And this guy's going to go to third. This guy's going to score from second. That's what the asterisk means. Mike Andrews, not a lot of speed, so that's just going to be a single, RBI single for Andrews. And Carl Yastrzemski comes to the plate, lefty on lefty matchup. Yeah, it's 2 for 2, and he's going to make that 3 for 3 as he hits a big time double. And that is going to drive in another run. That's the go-ahead run for Boston. Going to third base is Andrews. Andrews just 3 speed, so we'll leave him there with Scott coming to the plate. Runners at second and third now, and I think, that's there. I think we're just going to have to pull a Lolich at this point. So let's bring in a reliever. All right, the new pitcher is going to be Marshall. Marshall comes into the game. Mike Marshall, right-hander, can go 7 batters, is his stamina, 359 FIP. He replaces Mickey Lolich. Lolich 5 1/3. He gives up 8 hits, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. We'll see how many runs it will be. It's 2 at this point, but there are 2 on the pond with only 1 out, and he'll be facing off against George Scott. 23 is going to be a ground out with an error check. The ground out goes right to the catcher, so a little nubber in front of the plate. No error on the play. So the catcher is freehand. He's going to go 2-3 on the put out. Nobody's going to move. That's going to be out number 2. And nice job by Mike Marshall getting past a difficult hitter. He's got the light hitting Jose Tartabull now. And let's see if he can get out of the inning. A 66 is not going to get him out of the inning. That's going to be a base hit for Jose Tartabull. And that's going to play 2 runs. He's been the hero of this series, no doubt, as he's got 5 RBIs in 2 games. So 2 come in on that single. That's going to close the book on Mickey Lolich as he's given up 4 runs in the game. It's now 4-1 Boston. And Jose Tartabull having a series. He's at first base with Rico Petrocelli coming to the plate. A 45 is going to be another base hit, this one down the line. And that is a long single with 2 outs. Doesn't really matter, the same thing's going to happen. And the wheels have fallen off for the Tigers in this one. Joe Foy stands in, third baseman. He's 0 for the day, and he's going to fly out here to straightaway left field. With 2 outs, the runner advance doesn't mean anything. So in left field, Horton makes the catch, but not before 4 runs go up on the board for Boston. They take a 4-1 lead. I believe in the actual game, this game was 5-2, a Boston win. So we are on track, and Bennett is going to have to come out of the game as well. I think we already had that because we pinch hit for him right up here. So let me find a new pitcher for Boston. All right, new pitcher for Boston is going to be Jose Santiago. 12 stamina, right-handed pitcher. He's got a 330 FIP. He'll be replacing Bennett, who had a nice start here. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 1 K. So a quality start for, is it Dennis Bennett? Dennis Bennett. Say that 10 times. So he'll be facing off, Santiago face Euler, and then the pitcher spot, which we'll have to see how we want to treat. The pitcher spot. Actually, let me see if I can do a little bit of a double switch. Let me check that out. Alright, I think I got this figured out. We're going to hit Euler, pinch hit for the pitcher, do a double switch, and then, yeah, that's how we'll play that out. So Euler up against Jose Santiago. A 12 is going to be a ground out. That goes right back to the pitcher. So Euler's out 1-3. He'll be out number 1 in the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher spot. So we're going to pull the pitcher. We're going to put in Trzaskowski. He's going to come into play short. And then we'll have, we'll insert the new pitcher at the 8 spot for Euler. So, got a pinch hitter here. Dick Trzaskowski, 280 average, 1 homer, 9 RBIs in 74 games played. And 11 is going to be a strikeout off of Santiago's card. So he comes in and goes down swinging. And that takes us back to the top of the order with Don Wirt. 23 is going to be a ground out to second base. Let's check the error on that. See if there's an error on Andrews. There's not. And he'll make the throw over to first. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Santiago, who comes in and shuts down the Detroit offense. And now we need to make our switches. So the new pitcher, so this will be a pitcher, and he's out. New pitcher we'll have to bring in for Detroit. Let me get them out of the bullpen. All right, the new pitcher is going to be Fred Gladding. He's a right-hander, can go 7 batters, 279 FIP. So nice option coming out of the bullpen for Detroit. He replaces Marshall, who went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits. He allowed 2 inherited runners to score, but those are charged to Lolich, and no walks, no strikeouts. He'll be facing off against the bottom of the order, Mike Ryan, and then the pitcher spot, which we will have to figure out with Santiago. I was hoping Santiago could go the distance, so maybe we'll just allow the pitcher to hit this time. And it'll be a 55. 55 is a line out. That's a line drive to center field. Making a nice play on it is Northrup, who's made a couple of line drive catches. And Mike Ryan is out, number 1. So instead of Jerry Adair, let's let the pitcher hit away. So we'll say the pitcher, and he is a pitcher in the 7th inning, I believe. So he's going to come in and hit for himself. So 35 on the pitcher spot is going to be a strikeout. So Jose Santiago goes down, taking a big hack. Doesn't get many of those. And that brings up Smith. Smith is 0 for 3. Does have a walk and a run scored. 45 is going to be a base hit. That is down the right field line. And his speed is close enough to 6. We'll make that into a double. He's a 5.9. That rounds up to 6. And on a long single, anyone with a 6 speed or greater turns the single into a double. So he hustles that one out as he chops it down the line in right field. Runner at second base in scoring position with 2 outs. Brings up Mike Andrews. Andrews is 2 for 3, 2 for 4. He will ground out here, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. A hot shot. Nice play there by McAuliffe, and he'll get it over to first base for out number 3. So no run score in the 8th. Good inning from Fred Gladding, and that will bring up the Tigers in the bottom of the 8th inning. We have Jose Santiago still in the game. Plan is for him to finish. We'll see how that goes. He faces off against Wirt, McAuliffe, and Kaline. McAuliffe, Kaline, and Horton, so heart of the order for Detroit. 25 is going to be a fly ball. That's out to center field. Smith on his horse, and he gets there, makes the play with no error, and that is out number 1. Nice play in center field from Reggie Smith. Brings Al Kaline to the plate. Kaline with the 24. And that's going to be a strikeout. It's just been a tough series for Al Kaline, as he has not been able to get anything going. I think he's 1 for 8 or 9 at this point. And Willie Horton stands in. He's got a 1 for 3 day. 44 is going to be a walk, as he draws a 2-out walk from Jose Santiago. 2 outs and 1 on for Jim Northrup. Tigers needing some offense at this point, and they don't get any. That's actually going to be a strikeout off of Santiago's card, and that will shut down the inning as the Tigers strand 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're down 4-1 in this one to the Bo Sox, and coming in for the top of the 9th inning, we'll just leave Gladding in there and see if he can finish out this game. He'll be facing off against Yaz, George Scott, and Jose Tartabull. 23 to Yastrzemski is going to be a ground ball to short, and no error on the play, as the shortstop is Trzeski. He goes to first, and that's out number 1. Yastrzemski 3 for 4 on the day, so he has definitely redeemed himself. He has an RBI and a double. George Scott with an 11. That's going to be a strikeout off of Gladding's card, as he strikes out looking. His first K of the day. He finishes his day 1 for 5. And Jose Tartabull, 1 for 4 at this point. He does have 2 RBIs. He broke up. He just sort of broke out with the last 2 runs in this 4-run inning. 36 is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to left center field, ranging over is the left fielder Horton, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Fred Gladding, and a nice relief appearance for him. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Jose Santiago looking to close this one out. He's faced off against 2, 4, 6, 7 batters. He can go 12, so he is well on his way. 36 is going to be a fly ball. This goes out to center field. That's Bill Freehand with the fly ball. Ranging over into right center field is Smith, and that'll be out number 1. Up to the plate stands Norm Cash, left-handed batter, 242 average, 22 home runs, and 72 RBIs. 24 is going to be a strikeout. So another K for Santiago. He's got 4 in just 2 2/3 innings. And he has been lights out and it's no longer Euler. We're going to have to get a pinch hitter here. So let me bring in a pinch hitter for Detroit for the pitcher spot. New hitter for the Tigers is going to be Eddie Matthews, just because I can. So I'm going to bring Eddie Matthews in. He actually has 3.1 batting runs, so column 3 batter, and definitely ending near the end of his career here. But he is going to be hitting for the pitcher spot. So that'll be gladding. Eddie Matthews, last hope for the Tigers, a 12 is going to be a ground out, and that is going to be hit to the shortstop. No problem at short for Rico Petrocelli, who makes a strong throw to first. And just like that, this one is over, as Boston wins 4-0 over the Tigers, and a couple of really good wins here for Boston. The first game, which was actually game number 2, they also won 4-0, and in this game they blanked them. I'm sorry, 4-1. Detroit did score 1. So let me come back with the totals real quick, and then we'll end this one up. All right, and coming in with the totals on this one, it is Boston 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors, to Detroit's 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. All 4 hits were given up by the starter Bennett, who gets the win. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, and a K. Santiago comes in. Jose Santiago cleans everything up. 3 innings, no runs, no hits. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Mickey Lolich takes the loss at 5 1/3 innings. 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He had the strikeout pitch going, but gave up a big 7th inning with 4 runs in the 7th. Admirable job by the bullpen. And we're going to give the player of the game to Carl Yastrzemski. He is 3 for 4. He had 2 singles, a double, RBI double, scored a run, also threw in a walk for good measure, and he came alive in this one. Also, Jose Tartabull with a 2-run single was an important part of the game as well. So that is, this was a game played on May 23rd, 1967 between Boston and Detroit. This is going to be the next season set that's available for On-Base Baseball. If you're not familiar with On-Base Baseball, you should look it up. You can go to onbasebaseball.com, or you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, either one, and check out the game. There's also videos on this channel for On-Base Baseball if you look it up. Actually, quite a lot. I did the 2020 through 3 MLB playoffs replay there for a while, and that's gotten stopped, but I do plan to kind of pick that up and finish. But this is the next set coming out, so just want to make sure that I'm continuing to put out new sets, and this is a classic set for Major League Baseball. Great pennant race. It was a wonderful season, 1967. The Cardinals and the Red Sox were in the World Series, and so you definitely played with those 2 teams. But these 2 teams here were sort of neck and neck all the way down to the final day, and Boston sneaked into the World Series. Maybe they powered their way into the World Series. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but it was them by 1 game over the Tigers. So when that's ready, I'll let everybody know. If you have not subscribed to the channel, click on subscribe. And if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Super easy way to support what I'm doing here at the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. If you have any questions or comments about the game, or about these 2 teams, or this series, put them down in the comments section below. I'll probably team up these 3 games into one playlist, just a little 3-game playlist, so people can see the 67 season. It'll be under the game demos, which you can, that's a big playlist. It's sort of growing with one-offs and just different game demos that I'm doing. And you can check out lots of different types of games there. Baseball, basketball, football is what I have right now. And then there's some other games in the pipeline coming down the way, things I'm thinking about. But I think that is all I've got here. I got to get going. Can't do a lot of detail on this game, but you can see as you watch the game how it played out. I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.